First of all, I want to thank our sister societies and CISAC for unprecedented support and for everything they have done in the Creators for Ukraine project. We will never forget it. It has been really important for us to know that we are not alone in our fight, that international creative community is with us. Since the beginning of the full-scale invasion, the emergency funds enabled NGO USCRR to pay financial assistance to Ukrainian creators for the total amount of about 600,000 euros. We are also grateful to all sister societies in various countries for everything they have done for our artists who were seeking refuge. We are doing everything for the world to finally learn about our rich and unique culture. Ukrainian creators are also open to cooperation with artists all over the world to share Ukrainian music, be it covering the existing songs or written new ones. We encourage sister societies to reach out to us for culture cooperation and exchange the authors, and we can get together, share and create. Meanwhile, despite the war, a lot of normal business continued. NGO USCRR has recently made a submission to VID in order to improve identification of Ukrainian works used around the world. In 2023, we signed agreement with one of the biggest radio group, licensed cafes, restaurants, retail chains, conducted talk with some global online users, theaters, etc. We are also working to improve the licensing landscape, which remains extremely challenging, and not only due to war and dire economic situation in 2022, the Ukrainian parliament adopted a number of IP laws, including new copyright and related rights law of Ukraine to bring IP legislation in line with European. I was asked to talk about my experience of the war. I lived in one of the suburbs of Kiev, nearby Hostomel airport, where one of the most difficult battles was taking place in the first day of a full-scale war. My house was destroyed, burned to the ground by Russian rocket. My kids have no home to return to. So I work every day to make sure that first and foremost, my kids have a country to come back to. I create new songs because I want them to speak Ukrainian language and have their own culture. The war taught us patience to live and work in extraordinary conditions, but also intolerance to injustice and aggression from the northern neighbor. This permanent aggression revealed our basic values, humanity, and the true value of human life. I understand all the necessary apolitical nature of the CISAC world society, but what my country is immersed in and the whole world may find itself, it has nothing to do with politics. This real war, the sign of which few people remember and most people on earth, by God's grace, will never know. Despite the war, we see much better dynamics from the side of rights holders and from the side of users than in pre-war times. In peacetime, Ukraine was actively digitized and continues this process to this day. Our Ukrainian developed application called Action, or DIA, has replaced Ukrainian passports, driver's license, technical passports, marriage certificates, birth certificates, property ownership rights, and more. The smartphone application made it easy to pay taxes, fines, receive certificates, and order any services and license in a matter of seconds. And music users expect a similar system in the field of public use of music. There is reporting and identification of works is a necessity for them. And for us, CMOs, there is also security, transparency, finance, control over the use of content. Despite the war, 95% of the restaurant business and retail in the unoccupied territories resumed their work. Therefore, we are considering the possibility of returning to plan of introducing automation for identification, reporting, and obtaining an online e-license with online payment. In order to help users with the identification of works and the formation of usage policies, we strived for automation. We would like to introduce a specific application software to cover the entire market and user areas. By implementing this, Ukraine could become a good example to follow. Crisis, war is not stagnation, but time for development. And we don't want to lose it. After the victory, we will rebuild the destroyed houses. And now it is necessary to build something that cannot be destroyed by Russian rockets. We see our future in digitalization and simplification of the world for the people of the future. This is exactly what we need help with. Whoever believes in the future lives and wins today. We are living. We are winning. And we will definitely win. A victory not only for Ukraine, but for the whole world. A victory of light over darkness. Finally, I say thank you once again for the unique Creators for Ukraine initiative. So, thank you. Слава Україні! Glory to Ukraine!